So hello, today we are at Ingatestone Hall in just outside Ingatestone in Essex, England. And today they've got a Tudor day, so we'll have a look around. Should be really interesting. It's a brief history of Ingatestone Hall. Originally the lands here were in Saxon hands, and around 950 they were owned or taken over by the Abbey of Barking. And thenceforth the abbess or the abbesses would come here, I guess each year, and collect the tithe rents. Now this continued until Henry VIII and the dissolution of monasteries, where all the abbey's lands across the country were broken up. This land was then put onto the market, and as I understand correctly, William Peter, who was a top lawyer at the time to Henry VIII, purchased this land, and this hall, Ingatestone Hall, was then built. Good day, young man.
Good morning, fellow. Is all well with you?
Aye, it is. How are you doing?
I am. Well, I've just come from the warrener. The master had an unsuccessful hunt on the Yester, so he has no meat for his pot today. So at least he's got rabbit to fall back on. So he will have this for his dinner.
He'll be quite content, will he?
Oh, it is a well enough meat. And we us commoners, of course, we're lucky to get any sort of meat because it's usually so expensive. So if there's any left over, please God, we'll get a taste of it.
Thank you.
This will not go far between all of us.
Exactly. Well, enjoy your time.
I thank you, fellow.
Good luck with rabbits.
God be with you, fellow.
Good. A slight there. Excellent. Very good. So if you put your I need to move further forward. If you reach across and pull it this way. Good. How do you feel? So that's it. That's it.
So, fair young maiden, what is your role in the Tudor period?
So my name is Margaret, my given name, but they call me Maggots for short. My father was the archer.
Okay.
His name was Ned, and unfortunately he passed away. So,
Oh, okay.
now I've taken over the business.
Yep.
He had no sons,
Oh, I see. So you had no choice, really.
so now this is my job. I tend the bows, I make the arrows, and I look after the archers.
What can you tell us about these arrows? Are they designed specifically for the role?
Yes, they were very specific about what they designed their arrows for. So, for example, this one would hold fire and would be shot at buildings, because the buildings are made of wood in the Tudor times,
Yep.
or thatch roofs.
Yeah, so you could put something, a little bit of waddling
in there that would be set alight, and then it would fly and hit the roof. And the ingenious thing is that they would make them loose. So they were
Oh.
unable to pull them out if
Oh,
they
very
saw
clever.
them hit.
Very clever.
And you couldn't touch this because it was red hot because it's metal.
Yeah.
So yes, you were a bit stuck if that hit your home or the building that you are working
Yeah, I
in.
can imagine. Got some interesting ones.
This
there.
one here is quite an interesting shape. So this would be used for shooting at birds. The Tudor people would eat songbirds and wouldn't do that today. But it would fly through the air, and obviously that's quite a difficult thing to hit a bird in flight. So quite often they would miss and they would come down. But because it's shaped like this, it wouldn't stick into anything. Which means that when they were trying to retrieve their arrow, it wouldn't break or snap or lose their bodkin. So this is why it was designed thus. And it would hit the bird, give it a bit of a shock, bring it out of the sky if they were lucky, and they could go and forage and get their bird.
Yeah.
So this one here has is sort of a flat end and a hole in the middle. Now that one would be used in warfare, a kind of primitive chemical warfare, where they could tie a bag of lime to that. And if it hit the armour of a soldier in battle, it would dent them perhaps, but what it would do is release the lime, and the lime would go into the little cracks and bits of the armour,
Awful, isn't it?
mingle with the sweat and be very, very uncomfortable.
Okay.
And that would obviously make them take their armour off where they would be vulnerable, or they would just leave the field because
Clever.
they would be in pain. Also, it could be used for tying messages too. So it was quite useful as to get at distance with something tied to it. So it could either be used, like I say, in chemical warfare, or as a messenger.
Hello, Goody.
Good day. Well met, sir.
So what can you tell me about your skills as is it basket weaving?
I am weaving a basket from willow. I'm using willow that has been harvested in the autumn
Right, okay.
and dried, and then when I want to use it, I soak it to make it supple.
So would this be your full-time job, apart from being a housewife?
In truth, I'm a widow, so
Oh, I do
I've
apologise.
been taken in by my good brother, who has taught me his trade. He's a skilled master basket maker, and he's taught me how to make baskets. And in truth, I'm not the best basket maker, but I can make one which is good enough for the common folk. And I go about the villages and sell my wares to folk such as myself, for everybody has need of a basket. And on this day I'm making a small basket, such as this.
Great skills. Now, how much would you sell this for?
In truth, we barter more than sell.
barter,
Aye,
okay.
aye. I would have a pie, mayhap, from someone with an oven, for we do not have an oven within our cot.
So you're not so wealthy.
Eh, no.
Where do you come from? I like the accent.
I come from Yorkshire, sir.
Ah, that's a long way up. Okay.
Aye. I did come down here when my husband died. He was rather too fond of his ale, and he did fall within the river one night after he had had too much in the alehouse.
Oh dear.
But in truth, it was a blessing. For I am better off without him.
Well, good day to you both. Anyway, thank you for your time.
Yes, good day.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, good folk. Is it okay if I look at what you're doing?
Please do.
So what can you tell me about your cooking? What are you cooking?
Well, we're cooking for two sorts of folk today. We have the gentry,
who you may already have seen in the pavilion yonder.
Okay.
And for them, they're having a hen roasted. They're having these.
This is a hen.
That is a hen.
What did you think it was, sir?
Chicken.
It is a hen. It is a hen. They're also having these, they're called phrases of herbs. So they have herbs within. They will have a dish of leeks in cream. And then for the common folk that you see here, what they have is the common pottage, which is all the roots and worts seized up together. They're having a pottage of peasen, which is the dried peas seized up, and that does have some cumin within to give it a savour. And they've been seethed in spiced wine. So this is known as Warden's in Comfit.
Yeah.
A simple stew of apple. There will be some cheese, some honeyed cream. That is a dish of a compost of spiced dried fruits,
No cinnamon yet.
seized in red wine. I just have cinnamon within that.
Oh no. No, I'd have that then.
You will not have all the more for them as well, good mistress. Pickled cabbage.
Oh, yeah.
You know they're here.
Was this pie cooked on an open range?
No. It had to be cooked within an oven. Aye.
What about these? What are those?
Those are phrases.
So we've got these
A phrase, it's
there to them. They were
a cross between an omelette and a pancake.
Then you can have them.
And it has got herbs within, so it will be a savoury.
veggie.
A savoury. Oh, say you so. Well, don't tell anyone. Oh, 'twill be well. 'Twill be well.
Little,
Salt.
very little.
Is it from Malden by any chance?
Of course it is, fella. We always use local produce wherever we can.
What would be your favourite meal of that time?
Anything that somebody else has cooked for me. I think you will find the same for any cook that you speak to. It matters not as long as somebody else has had the cooking of it.
Well, thanks for your time and good day to you.
Well, good day to you. Thank you.
So, good ladies, may I interrupt and ask what you're doing?
So, in truth, what I am doing is braiding. It's not supposed to be doing, but it is what I
You're
am
multitasking.
doing. Indeed, well, for I do have my gossip here, and we are having good conversation about our children. So we must keep ourselves busy, of course. But you would not sit without being busy at something. So
Sorry, I stopped you in mid-flow.
we do not sit idle. We are gossiping about our respective children and what we do expect
Children,
of them.
not husbands then?
Nay, I do not have a husband. My husband is dead many a year.
Oh.
It is,
My husband is yonder
as
playing
well.
games.
Indeed, so we do different
Genuinely playing games.
things. Indeed he
Probably
is.
beating the living. Oh no, he's sat by
He's on
himself, at the
himself
moment.
now, but he does beat everybody.
He
our
does.
husband,
He
so-
likes to win, my husband. He never even let our children win when they were learning. But
Have you
poor
got many
kids.
children back in the Tudor period?
Well, I have 4.
Oh.
My eldest is, we were just discussing. My eldest is many miles away. Our daughter still lives. She's an ostler, deals with horses. One of our boys is he deals with handicraft, so he deals with wood, and not quite a carpenter, but he's developing his skills with carpentry. He does many things there, and he's 2 grandchildren, which is marvellous.
So do your children give you coin? Do they support you?
No, we
Nay,
support
it's
ourselves.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Always
No,
upset.
No, they
Always
don't
say the wrong thing.
No, not a problem. No, they support themselves and we support ourselves. It's what you do. They did their apprentice time, 7 years, and our last son, he is dealing with coin. So if you've not yet been over and seen how they do the counting, that is what our son sort of, I don't know, what would you call him, dealing with money and coins?
Oh, indeed. Maybe a money lender.
Yeah.
Thank you anyway. Thank you very much.
Bookkeeper, I don't know what you would call him really, but he's happy with his way of life.
Of course.
I'll return in a few minutes.
As well. That's fine. You may beat him, perhaps, Mary, at a game.
So, what have you got on this table?
So here we have all sorts of herbs and plants that have come from here or hereabouts, and we use each of them to make you well. If you're ailing, then we will find something to make you better. So it may be mint, spearmint, that may you have an illness of the belly, and that will help with this. Marigold, the flower does look likened to the sun, and we will make a salve from that, and that is a good for burn of the sun if you've burnt yourself within the sun itself. Southernwood, which is good for the fellows if they have baldness of the pate. We do make an ash of the leaf and then make it into a salve, and that will help for the hair to grow again.
I recognise this one. It's rosehip, isn't
It's
it?
rosehip indeed, and that will be made into a syrup. When the rosehips are a little more done, then that will be made into a syrup, and it does help to keep the ague away in the winter months. But
So
we
you
also-
are you a Tudor chemist?
We're not a chemist. We have we're of the still room, so we indeed have a still, but we have the knowledge of the plant. So we are wise women, if you will. So we have knowledge of the plants and how to use them. So we will either use them for medic or we will use them for the household. So where we did distill lavender, water on the ester. So this is within our still. So the lavender does go within the belly of the still, and it is set with water. And the whole is then set upon a fire and it boils. The steam rises through the top of the chimney and into the coils that you see within the water tower.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then it goes round and round in there, and the distilled water will discharge at the back. So that is lavender. And lavender is good for many a thing. So it may be the ache of the head, it may be that you're fretful or you cannot sleep, or it could be an insect bite or a small cut.
So if you've got a headache from arguing with your husband, you can take this.
You can put it upon your head if you wish to, but also because we make the nice stuff for the house, it can also be mayhap go into hand cream or into soap balls.
Well, thanks for your time. Thank you. It's very interesting.
Right.
Thank you.
Right, well.
Just God moving his furniture.
So hello, can you introduce yourself, please?
I am Lady Peter of
Oh.
Ingatestone Hall.
So I should call you Lady Peter.
You
Lady
may.
Peter, so this is your husband's house, I take it?
This is correct.
And you're responsible for the upkeep of the house? Is
I am. At
you
the
are?
moment there is a certain amount of housekeeping going on, so we have retired to the grounds
Okay.
to keep away from the dust.
And would I be impertinent to ask about your lovely hairpiece? Is that a correct term? I don't know.
Yes, you may. It is called a caul, C-A-U-L, and it can either be a net as what I have here, or it can be a solid piece that you may decorate. And it is to keep the hair in place, because although our good Queen Bess is a virgin queen, therefore hair is more acceptable to be seen, but married women must keep it dressed. So I am hoping I'm still in keeping.
Well, thank you, lady, and other ladies, for your time. It's been great talking to you. Thank you.
Welcome.
So did you hear the bells this morning?
I'm afraid not, madam.
So the Queen's Majesty decreed that all churches must ring their bells on the morning of her birthday, and that those that were the ringers must be paid 1 shilling, which is a skilled man's wage for 3 days. So
Oh,
many
really?
wish to be the ringers.
It's a very good morning's work.
Aye. So she did not exactly say that she would provide the coin. So mayhap it is the church wardens from each church that must find the coin. So we.
It is a little.
We put you in that evening. We all camped. They allowed us to camp in the court. And So that even if you turn it with a piece of beef about that big. And I'm not a beef lover because they don't cook
A little more of the cream, yeah. Thank you. And if you would leave the spoon, then you can use it when you come back with more. Thank you.
If you can get it.
Yes, compost and honey.
I don't like this.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that and thank you very much.